So today I want to wrap up a bunch of small projects like finishing this building behind me and of course start a new one, and that's going to be an iron farm plus a lot of other stones. But to start off today I want to finish my trading hall, filling in with all the villagers that are left. Yeah, and our shop at the colony is only going to ever get us so much iron, so yes, I want to make an iron farm to hopefully fix all the iron problems that I have, because I'm using this like it's nothing, literally. Finally, the last villager. I got all of them. Oh, thank God. And now to bring him to his forever home. Like, I don't think you guys understand that after this I would have moved more than 64 villagers. And this is a pain, even though we have carry on. Now, after moving all the villagers in, I also took some time to decorate each stand to look particularly to that villager, so it looks a little bit different from one to one. And then I went ahead and also added some bookshelves in some areas like for people to study above them, so it looks more like a library. Then I went to the colony and made myself a little bit of a stand so I could actually sell lanterns that I get from the villagers. So in the last episode we made a deal with Cal and Nubert to clear the mangrove forest over here in the Azure colony, and that allowed me and Ranger to actually make our dye shop, which is gonna be very handy. I've used it a couple of times already and hope people will use this a lot. And well, decorating this was a challenge because I knew I wanted to use limestone and tuff, but I didn't have a clue what I wanted to do with the structure of it. But the more I kept doing it, the better it felt. So this is the final look of our little shop over here, and I think it looks kind of nice. And we have this book here right at the entrance that tells people what to do and how the shop works. You can take a look here. We explain how we kind of went with a token system instead of just regular diamonds, just to make it a little bit cheaper for people. And this is where they can find things and how they can do things here around our little shop. But for an easier recap, we have 5 diamonds give you 9 rainbow tokens, which you can use in the shop over here. And you get it for trading here with Jeb, our employee of the month. So for a quick demonstration, we put the token here and we put 1 stack of white wool. Then we press the button and it takes the token, takes the stack of wool. And now if we go to this guy over here, we can see the wool. And now, for example, you want to paint it red. Then all you really need to do, of course, I got my things with me, so I see a lot of things that I shouldn't really. But all you really need to do is scroll down and see the color that I want. So for example, red. For example, I'm actually gonna paint these ones light gray, and I then select a stack. Or for example, I could just select 5. It's up to me. I can do what I want. I already paid for it to paint a stack. I can paint them however I want. But if I just say I want the stack to be light gray, then I click send. It's going to send it all the way here to the light gray, and then it puts the wall here. It gets processed, and then you can pick it up here. Very easy, very nice, and it does a lot of stacks pretty fast. We went with this system over here because even though the covers are liquids, as you can see, they don't actually mix together, which is great for what we want to do here. So now with this out of the way, let's get back to the matter at hand today. So we need to fix our iron situation. For that, I cleared this area over here in this tiger forest where I intend on having my iron farm and maybe a couple extra farms. I have to see if I can make, well, enough cobblestone for everything. That being said, this area is kind of nice because I intend on making this area over here as a dock where future boats can dock in and of course take resources elsewhere. And of course we have Cal up here. I was thinking about doing it here, but then I would have no connections or no easy connections to all of my areas, so here looks like it's the best area. But before I do it, we really need to think about what I want to do with the design of it. Because if we take a look at our starting house over here, we have a little bit of a medieval tone going around, as you can see. Then afterwards, we upgraded and we went like into, I don't know, industrial area library kind of stuff. Which means now that we're going to start making a lot of factories and mass producing a lot of stuff, I want to make it a next step above. So this area is going to be the start of our technology age, which should bring a lot of cool buildings down the line. So I'm actually aiming to go with something like a brutalist type of build, like a little bit of sci-fi with a bunch of cool neon and stuff like that. But that requires a lot of resources that I don't have, which today's build hopefully is going to fix that as well. So let's get our hands to work here. So a lot of time has passed, and this is what I came up with. I made myself a little bit of a bunker. I decided not to go full on into the brutalist type kind of just yet. Well, technically it is, but not fully. And then I had a bunch of lights. I have a lot of issues like making this door, but I think it kind of looks decent as it is. And then we have the inside, which is, well, empty, of course. And from above, it looks something like this. And of course, the second floor inside is also empty. We do have that corner over there that allows us to go up. So we also need to work on that and make something cool. But the first thing that's gonna come into here is actually gonna be a cobblestone generator, because we need cobble. Like, I have no cobble. Every time I need cobble, I ask Uber for cobble, and yeah, I need my own cobble now. So this is the design I'm going for. This design is, well, not mine. This is from our creation. I'll make sure to leave the link down below. If I don't, please remind me. But this is not my design, but it's very, very powerful. And it is scalable. So if I want, I could just make this thing bigger and just have basically to glue things together. And it's actually not that crazy in terms of glue. It's just connect this threshold switch to this windmill sail, this andesite funnel, and this rail down there. So basically this corner right here, and then just connect all these barrels to all these funnels. And that's pretty much all the glue you're ever gonna need. Now to power this, I've placed a couple of water wheels below here because there's not a lot of power that's needed. I have 4 water wheels. This powers all of this setup right here, which is perfectly fine. And yeah, this was like 3 seconds or 5 seconds of the machine running, and already have 400 cobblestone. This is insane. Basically, the way to turn this on right here is I just I'm gonna turn this to stacks. I'm gonna invert the signal, so now it just keeps, well, doing this. And this is mesmerizing to watch, and look at the amount of cobble this gets. It's insane. It's insanely fast, and it's actually not that laggy, which I love, which is pretty cool. So yes, this is, well, insanely powerful. Oh, and the bonus that we don't really use drills. We use the block replacement method, which is basically whenever you're using a create contraption, like this minecart contraption right here, and you place it down into the overworld, if there's something like some blocks around it, it will break those blocks in order to place the contraption. And that's basically what we're using right here in order to create the cobblestone, because when it's a contraption, it allows lava to kind of flow and the water turns it into cobble, and then it places a machine again and breaks the cobble, and then the funnels pick it up, they go into the barrels. Then we have some kind of weird mechanics going around with these portable storage interfaces to then put the things back into here. Now this should, in theory, stop any second now. Oh, okay, I see. It stops now because it needs to read 64 cobblestone in there, which is, well, stack. So now it stops. There were 4 cobble, I took it out, and boom, it stopped, because now there's gonna be like these barrels are gonna be completely full. Yep, whenever it stops, there's some cobblestone that sits in here, which is fine, I should say. Now to make this smoother, I could just upgrade our door over here to make it a full on void upgrade, and then I really didn't have to worry with this. Or I could, in theory, find another way to power this thing off. This, at the moment, is perfectly fine as it is. I don't intend on having this running a lot. Well, maybe I do, you know? I might just go with the void upgrade over here and fix it. You know what? I'm gonna make some key changes. First of all, we're gonna change this smart chute to be exactly a stack, which means whenever there's a stack there, this guy will stop working. And then we're gonna just give this guy a diamond upgrade, which then is just gonna let this run. And I guess I can AFK for a while. I'm gonna go and have dinner. And it's currently like 8:06 p.m. and I'll be back. And I want to see how much this does. It's already like going on 3,000. You can see how fast this is. So about like 30 minutes have passed. So I just wonder, how much cobble do we actually have right now? 40,000. That's pretty good. We can even make this better. So this is doing like what? Around 40,000 half an hour, which means 80,000 per hour. We can make this better. We just put more pumps, put more water, put more funnels, put more barrels, and it gets like expand to the size as well. And you can make this pretty big, I should say. But we'll get to that if we need to, because now we need to move on to the iron farm. And just like that, we also got ourselves an iron farm. Finally, our iron needs are being solved right here. Now, this does about 1,000 iron ingots per hour, I believe, or it's like something close to that. And it's now making use of all the cobblestone that we have over here. So I added in this little frog port that's basically connected to that one, and that one is going into all of these things. And of course, as always, since the other one was from our creation, this one is the same. It's from him. So if I forget to link him down below, remind me, but hopefully the links for this one and for that one are down below. Now this reminds me, I want to make an andesite farm as well. And with this one, we already have access to flint. And if we take a look at the andesite process right here, I want to try and do this one. Now, a couple of things. We need gravel, which means I kind of want to crush cobblestone. We have cobblestone, so now we just need to crush gravel, and we have a flint. So all we really need is lava and a press, and we got andesite. Now the problem now is lava, because I think the only way that I could reliably get more lava would be from either superheating cobblestone, which I don't think I'm really gonna do, or going back to the nether. Or making an infinite source of lava in just here, somewhere around here, which is not out of the question. But I want to first try and take a look where this area links up in the nether, and have that process, like have some lava tanks over here, and then we connect lava to, well, a bunch of machinery down below. But the andesite, there's no farm from our creation, so I have to, well, come up with my creation. But just before I move on to this, we actually held a meeting earlier, and, well, this is what happened there.
hello, members of the Azure colony and members of the Shadowgears colony. I've gathered you all here today because we need to discuss the railroad that we want to build to connect our two colonies.
Yep.
So here is a map of the Shadowgears colony, as you can see, laid out here on the left side. And on the right side over here, we have the Azure colony, and we need to place down, well, first of all, a station on each colony, and then we need to connect them with rail. Does anyone have any points they'd like to bring up about, what kind of rail we should have to connect either colony? Would you like above ground, underground, in the sky, airships, perhaps?
Flow
Any-
Airlines is here. If Flow Airlines exists if people need it.
Blow Airlines. Yes, of course.
Yes.
So
Should
I
that
think
be
if we have airlines, we should avoid trains in the air as well for safety reasons.
Fair, that's fair.
Just
That
stating
is true. That is true.
That's fair.
I'm thinking. I think it would look the prettiest if we have it, above ground, kind of following the terrain.
Yeah.
That would be a nice approach.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Maybe with some underground stuff if we need to, like for ease of travel.
Yeah, to cross some mountains and stuff like that.
Yeah, maybe mountains, or if something is a bit high, we can go through them. That would be cool.
Yeah, some of the terrain is a little bit difficult to traverse and build train tracks on.
Yes.
Yeah.
Previous discussions we had, we were thinking about having like the colony expand like through this area. So maybe we can have our train station near this area somewhere.
Yeah, exactly. I think we're gonna have our railroad station somewhere near here. Probably not like right next to the water, but like a little bit inlands here between the water and the clock tower over there. That's probably where we will be putting our train station. So you can expect to like connect the railroad network here.
And I'd say we go like through this taiga because your colony's north.
We're this way, so it would have to go through the tiger that way.
Yeah, exactly.
I've got a question, and it's just general, a general question. So whenever we reach an ocean, what's the general feeling? Will we go down and do a underwater track, or do you guys want to do a bridge all over the ocean, or what type of thing would a person do there?
I think we should make a schematic for like a bridge segment that goes in the water, and then just share it with everybody so everyone can kind of work on it together.
Okay. Yeah, no, I was just wondering, general question, if we have a 200, 300 block bridge, what's the
I think
approach?
as long
But
as
I
it
like that
doesn't
idea.
get in the way of like any like shipping, like boat lanes, then
Yeah,
it would probably be okay.
Wow, so pretty. So big.
Okay, welcome to Azure. This is the blue colony.
Yeah. The cow is enjoying the colony, I see.
Yeah.
It's great.
So I was thinking I think it would be quite aesthetically pretty if the train station was maybe on this side, on closest to the mangrove.
Oh yeah. Well, we
the no longer existing mangrove.
Me and Cal were tasked with deleting the mangrove.
Never mind.
We got most of the way done.
Most of it.
One mangrove.
Just ignore some of the floating leaves here.
Those
were probably like, I think those were blocks placed by Enderman, so I don't think it was us that left them.
Exactly.
And what's gonna go over here now?
It was a shopping district for the Azure colony.
Oh, nice.
But I do like the idea that the train station's maybe in the shopping area.
Yeah, maybe that's a great idea.
But I think, okay, without, I don't know what the shopping area is going to look like, so we just need to discuss that, but it could be nice if it's integrated as part of it.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Do we have anyone who's interested in supplying like the rail and the iron for building this track connecting the colonies? I mean,
I can do it.
I assume there's going to be a group effort, but like,
yeah,
I know a guy who sells books for iron.
Hey,
I think
he's got a lot of
my iron is limited. My iron is limited.
I was gonna say, I think we all have an iron.
Yes.
Wait. Do we all have an iron farm? I don't. Have
I
an
don't.
Iron farm.
I don't have an iron
Neither do
farm.
I.
Well, technically, I have an iron chop.
That's
I
an
guess.
iron farm.
Should we go over to the tavern and see if anybody is there that maybe can help us with the train issue?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Alright, let's go.
Oh.
Flying through. That's so cool.
It's
Oh,
quiet
this
because the
cabin
party's
is
in
so
here.
cool.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
there's a lot of colors here.
Yeah, it's very colorful. I like it.
Yeah,
Mhm.
nice. So is anybody here that's kind of good for trains?
I don't know.
Let's take a look
This
at the
the
boots.
Sunny bro dude looks pretty cool. Hey,
Oh.
Sunny,
Hello, how are
Oh.
you?
how's it
Oh.
going? Welcome to the Azure Colony Azure. Do you know how to drive a train?
Yes, I do know how to drive a train. I was actually just on my way here with a friend of mine, and I happen to fancy this colony a lot.
That's awesome. So where's your friend now?
My friend, I believe, is in the red colony. I
Oh,
believe
red
there's two
colony.
colonies, correct?
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is the blue
Yeah.
colony, Colony Azure, and then the red colony is called Shattered Gears.
Shattered Gears.
Mm.
Okay. Well, I'm afraid, yeah, I'm a big fan of Colony Azure, but my friend she did happen to fancy that red colony over there.
So do you want to go over there and have a look for her?
I believe, yeah, we should definitely go look for her.
Okay,
Oh,
let's go.
cool. Well, let's go for it.
Let's go.
Yeah, you can follow
With
me.
clips.
You can see my lantern shop. Feel free to buy if you want. And,
Advertising here, I see.
Yeah. And this is our tavern. It's not as colorful and it's a little more compact, but it's cozy. You know,
Oh, it's
it's
got beds upstairs.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah,
There
yeah.
she is. Hello, Eclipse. How are you liking this colony here?
I mean, it's really nice.
oh,
Where did you go?
It looks like a
I
couple.
went to this lovely colony Azure. You know, the acacia wood there, to die for.
so
Um,
Eclipse,
This place.
are you any good with trains for no? Maybe?
I'll say yes.
Ah.
I love that as an icebreaker. So
I
are
did
you with
happen to meet
trains?
her in a train crash.
Yeah.
I did happen to meet her in a train crash, but I
It's-
think
oh.
that just goes to show her experience.
A
that she's
train
not gonna do that
crash.
again.
That's perfect. We're
I
the
know
chaos colony.
One thing not to do.
No, feel free to crash trains. We like it with chaos.
Yeah. Do you prefer to keep your inventory sorted, or do you just stash everything in a chest?
Oh, I just stash my items on the ground. And I'll come back for it later, kind of thing.
that's
Oh, I
that's
see. That's
risky.
perfect.
That's so
I
risky.
respect it. I respect it.
Chaos really well.
Yeah, you'll fit right in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're
She was
good.
a nightmare to travel with, and I'm glad you guys will take her.
Well, Sunny and Eclipse, welcome to the BeCreative SMP.
Yes.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Ooh.
Glad.
Yeah, very cool. I'm glad we've got
Oh,
some.
oh.
Oh,
I'm glad we've
fireworks!
got a wonderful train driver that's going to be joining us, and your lovely blue eyes will definitely match the theme of the colony.
Yeah.
Exactly. Colony Azure, just like my eyes.
Yeah, but Eclipse has got more red in her skin, so she's better than you.
Yeah.
Definitely go and say hi to Eclipse and Sunny and their channels, and they're our newest members in the colonies, so hopefully they have a good time, and it's time to continue with the video. So on this side of the nether, I actually linked up this pipe to our old area over here that's still working just fine, giving us a lot of lava, and this now also gives us a lot of lava, well, infinite by that mean. And we're now filling in these buckets over here that if we jump across to the other side, we end up with this area, which is basically just filling in this lava tank, and from here I can take the lava wherever I please. So this means it's now time for me to try and design something around here that's going to be making me andesite. So I came up with this, and I believe this is compact, but should work really. Now all I really need to do is check that this is connected. It is. And then I want to put it over here, and then I'll put this one over there, and basically this one would be the one for cobble. And on this one, we put flint. And now, of course, I also need to put them into the correct names. So this is going to be on the flint andesite, and this is going to be on the cobble andesite. And I believe this should work. Now, again, let's recap. We need flint, we need gravel, we need lava. Lava comes from above. The flint comes from this barrel, which you can now put to it, hold, let's just say you can hold 4 stacks. And hopefully that guy spits the flint out. Yes, perfect. And this guy picks it up. Ah, that's what we need. And since I already had some gravel in there, we can see this now going up in action. And the flint, or the gravel I should say, will need to come into here. So if we do the same and we put it to hold, just so you can hold 9 stacks here. So it's gonna send a package. And it goes from this barrel, from here, and puts the items into here, into this hopper, which then is inputting the items directly into the crushing wheels, which should in theory be making us gravel, which it is, and at the perfect rate. Yeah, it seems to be about the perfect rate. Now I don't enjoy the fact that this cobblestone just sits in here, but I didn't come up I didn't have a prettier way of doing this and keeping it compact. So yeah, unfortunately this is what we got. I could have moved that drawer or that barrel here, extended or just put a belt here like so, and then everything would look smoothly. There would be no items flying. So if you guys think I should do that, tell me. And this actually completes the trifecta of machines of cobblestone, andesite, and iron. Now the most important part is actually noticing if I'm losing cobble or if I'm still gaining cobble, because that to me right now is the most important part. If I can have both the iron farm and the andesite farm running without me losing cobble, then it's perfectly fine. And yes, I'm gaining cobble, so that's perfect. That's all I needed. Now I am losing flint, so I'm not producing flint at the same rate as I'm producing andesite. So we may want to get more things going that give us flint, which should in theory solve this issue. Or am I gaining flint? I don't know. I'm gonna sit here a while because it seems like I'm gaining flints. It might have just been the initial stacks that flew on by. Yeah, this is seems to be stable at the moment. Oh yes, and look at all that iron. Good iron. So yeah, it does appear that I'm losing flint, though every time I come here and look at it, it stays the same. But yes, I am eventually losing flint. So I do need another way of making flint, which we're probably gonna get anyway, because I do intend on making more, because I'll probably want to get some sand. And that just has a byproduct of flint. So now that we have the andesite and we have the iron, that means that our andesite alloy needs are all but in the past, because we can have as much as we really need to. But more importantly than all of this is that I was thinking about connecting some of my tree farms, like one of those, using these chain conveyors and having them send the wood over here, so we could do a lot of create automations, you know, because I'm kind of getting tired of making gearboxes and cogwheels and all those things. And we do have some space there and here that we could use to make those automations. And below us, or I guess I should say above us, so basically here where we have our lava tank, I'm thinking of having the other stone. So we do have the andesite, but I want to make granite, I want to make diorite. Those require a lot more processing. Like for example, diorite requires us to actually or either get nether quartz, which we could if we wash soul sand, we can get nether quartz and gold. But I don't think I want to go that way just yet. But that wouldn't be a good recipe. But we can use this one, which uses the lava, uses flint, so we need more flint. And of course we can use this calcite, and we have this recipe from Create Ultimate Factory, or we have this one from Create Aquatic Ambitions. Now if you use this one, we need a bone meal farm, which we don't really have a good way of getting bone meal at the moment. Yep, not really, unless we make a skeleton farm and use the bones, or of course we can use this from this suspicious rock, which gives us bones and gives us nautilus shells. And I believe I'm gonna go with this one. And the best thing about this one is that it requires limestone. We do have a limestone farm, but I think we, instead of actually moving the items from our farm into here, we're actually going to move the farm into here. It makes a little bit more sense. But I kind of need to decorate this a little bit more so I can plan it, because at the moment this is just a big, like 2 big rooms with stuff in it, and I don't like it. So I'm kind of going for like some more dipsite inside, and then using like industrial iron to kind of make like some structure things going around. But I don't know how I feel like this. I like these walls. I like the entrance being like this, where you have like this blast glass kind of, where you can still see things inside, but you're kind of protected in a way. And then you go here and you get into the machinery. Now there's gonna be some more machinery going around here, so I can't quite decorate this just yet. And I'm also thinking about making the path, or the main path, be different than this, but I guess I can let you guys like decide in the comments. Do you want me to change the path itself, or just leave it as like this stone? And then we have the stairs going around here. I do like these stairs. This is probably my favorite thing, the fact that I've used the industrial iron below and just the polished stuff above. I think it looks nice. I think it looks cool. Still to do some decoration around here. And also I'm thinking about like pulling maybe not the industrial iron, but using the stone here and putting it over here as well into the windows and make like a elevated platform going around, if I have the space for it, because I think that will look cool. So I can house some control panels in the windows, because I do have a lot of windows going around here, and I have the machinery down here. Well, that being said, not everything is going to fit into this episode. So yes, we did have the iron farm, the cobblestone, and the andesite farm. So there's a lot of stuff that we did today, and there's a lot more to do in the coming episodes. So stay tuned for all of that. And as always, guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't, and see you in the next one. Bye.